Very interesting thing. I was very confident about the VA part.
Okay.
So, because I was an avid reader from the very beginning, from I think around the age of 10 or 11, I started reading books. So I
Okay.
was a very avid reader, which is why I think I got really overconfident, if I would say, in that section. And that was the section I scored least in.
Hello everyone and welcome to the brand new episode of GIBS. Today we have Isha with us. She is from IIM Jammu and we are going to discuss her strategy and challenges that she applied while preparing for CAT exam. And we get to know about some of the tricks and tips that she used to clear CAT interviews and CAT preparation in the entire CAT preparation process. So I welcome Isha to this video of GIBS. And please tell us about your educational background and a little bit about your family background as well.
Okay, hi Anand, thanks for inviting me. So this is Isha Rawat. I hail from a very beautiful city of Ramnagar, Nainital. So I've done my schooling from the same city itself. I was studying in Mother Story Senior Secondary School. Then I have done my graduation in science from DSB campus Nainital. And further on, I have done a few internships. I have 2 years of work ex in HR. And now I'm studying in IIM Jammu. So the journey has been really exhilarating to say the least. And
Okay.
about my family, my father is working in Ludhiana, and my mother was also a teacher. She's not working currently. And my brother, he is studying B.Tech from Noida.
Tell us about your educational profile, like your
Okay,
10th year.
do you want me to tell my scores?
Yes, yes. Like 10th, 12th, and graduation.
Okay, so I have scored 9.8 CGPA in 10th and 78% in 12th. I have 65% in graduation.
Okay. And you had a work ex. So tell us about why do you decided to leave that work ex, and preparing for the CAT exam, because CAT exam, if you see, it's very unpredictable. So what
Mhm.
motivated you to take that risk?
See, during every job, there comes a point when you feel like your job is becoming stagnant,
Yes.
and maybe you're not seeing that growth trajectory for yourself. So I also reached at that point, and I saw that okay, maybe this is where my learning might be stopped, and this is the point where I can do something else to enhance my learning and to grow myself as an individual. So people around me, there is a hype of BTech and CAT right now in the industry. So can't really do anything about BTech, but I was really intrigued by the prospect of doing an MBA and learning from the best of the minds. So honestly, when I started studying for CAT, didn't really have any goal in my mind. I was like, okay, I mean, I just need to get it over with. And the key thing I would say would be the discipline. So, if, I mean, study every day, even if it's for 1 hour, even if it's for half an hour, just open the book and start studying. That is what I would say. The main key that it took for me was the discipline, nothing else.
And tell us about, when did you started your preparation? Because, for different
Mhm.
people, the range can be different. So tell us about when did you started it?
So, rigorously, I would say I started around the month of May or April. And I studied for around 1 or 2 hours before my job. My shift was around 11 to 8, so I used to study before my job. And rigorously, I started from the month of September or October, I think. And the one thing that helped me a lot was, I mean, my colleagues, they were really supportive. So I got a sabbatical of 1 month during the month of October, which really helped me to, just ramp up my prep.
Yes. And now, you have prepared with the job. So tell us about what are the challenges that you faced while preparing with the job. And if you can tell us also about which part of CAT you feel, that's very hard to prepare for it. Like some people find it difficult to prepare, quant section. Some people logical reasoning section. Some people have verbal part. So also tell us
Yeah.
about that.
Okay, so see, the one thing that I would say is that it gets exhaustive over time
Yes.
because there would be some days when there would be a pile up of work, and after an exhaustive day, you won't be in the state of mind to even open a book, let
Okay.
alone study for the exam. But also, I would say that do one thing, just write down your goals in a paper and stick them on a wall somewhere. That whenever you get up, you see and you always remember that you do have a certain goal in your mind and that is where you want to be. Right now, whatever is going on, this is not where you want to be. That goal is the place where you are going to get. So just keep your goal in mind and just do whatever it takes. Also, sorry, the second question was
What part of CAT you find it challenging? Like,
okay. So, see, very interesting thing. I was very confident about the VARC part.
okay,
So, because I was an avid reader from the very beginning, from I think around the age of 10 or 11, I started reading books. So, I
okay,
was a very avid reader, which is why I think I got really overconfident, if I would say, in that section. And that was the section I scored least in. So, I would, yeah, I would really recommend to not take it lightly, go through the RCs every day, and that is the part where you need to actually read and you need to understand, because even if you pick some answer, you can't be exactly sure that that is the right answer or not. Because in quants, what happens is that you solve a question, you get an answer, and it would be either right or there would be no gray area.
yeah,
But in BARC, there's always a gray area. You can never be sure with an answer. So, and practice is what it will take to, just figure out, and there will be a clarity in your mind that, okay, this is right and this is wrong. Also, many people are actually scared of quants, but
yeah,
then again, it takes is practice.
yeah.
So, and it eventually gets easier as more as you solve the questions, and same with DILR as well.
Yes, yes. And yesterday I have joined one group in Telegram to get to see that what kind of preparation is going on for the uh, candidate. So there I found one question related to mathematical question like uh, straight line cutting a plane. So give me the equation of the plane. So it was
Mhm.
3D question, and people were so much focused on solving for the plane. They trying to find out the equation of plane, but that's not the way to solve a question in CAT. You have to eliminate the answers. You have four possible answers. There is a point like 0 minus 7 and 7, and only one equation that is giving you x plus y plus z is equal to 0, and
Yeah.
that's your answer. That's how you should go about it. You should not go with the actual flow of solving the question with the with the linear equation and putting every values in this. It's like a big question, big answer is you have to solve it. You have to be mindful of time, and if you have practice a lot, then you get to use these tricks actually, and then you get to at that point. Yeah,
Yeah, actually, I completely agree, because CAT is, as an exam, I would say the questions are not that difficult, but the time constraint is there.
yeah,
So it is definitely not possible to solve all those questions in the given stipulated time. So all it and elimination method, of course, that you said is the one thing. But then again, I do believe that there are different sets of people, and they all have a very different thought process. And from the very early stages, there is a type of thinking that has been imbibed into their brain. So if from the very beginning stage I am not comfortable with the elimination method and I'm comfortable with some other method, and from that method I can solve more fastly, so maybe that is what you should take, and
yeah,
maybe that is where your flow is. So what I would say that instead of being stringent on one set of goal or like one set of particular method, just do whatever you are comfortable with,
yes.
whatever is your forte, and what you feel is the fastest way to do it.
Yeah, I mean that's the way. I mean, I felt that I know elimination will be good if you can
Yeah.
find a better way to decrease the time limit. Go for it. I mean, there is an n number of ways to solve a questions, and all these method and tricks you get to know only by practicing. So that's a major important part. And now tell us about is it better to leave the job or prepare with the job?
See, for personally speaking, I can't say for someone else, but for me, uh, I there have been many companies where they don't prefer people having a drop year.
Yeah,
But then again, if you are taking a drop year and maybe you could get into IIM A, B, or C, then that's the game.
Yeah.
So it is ultimately upon you. It will be your decision always whether to take that leap of faith or not. So for me, what helped was I think that 1 month of sabbatical really helped.
Yeah.
And if you can, just try to take a sabbatical or just try to prepare along with your work because work is one thing that will really help during your MBA journey.
Yeah.
And I think where I am today, maybe I wouldn't have been in the same position if I was doing this MBA the same thing 2 years ago. Because right now I do bring myself a set of experience and a set of knowledge which I wouldn't have been able to 2 years ago without the work. So
Mm.
yeah, WorkX will really help you a lot.
Yeah, and workers will also help you to answer those questions they ask in summer placement process. So,
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
so
it really gives you an insight into the corporate world
yeah,
and really helpful during the interviews as well.
yes. And as you all already said that if possible, apply for sabbatical leave, take a 1 or 2 months of leave, and prepare for it with all focus that possibly you can apply on at that point of time. And now tell us about
Definitely
you.
not. Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt, but definitely not possible for everyone. But then again, if you're able to prepare with those given 2 or 3 hours every day, then that would also work. For
Yeah.
me personally speaking, what really helped was the sabbatical. But then again, every individual is different, and maybe and those 2 3 hours of hard work every day would really help a lot.
Yes, yes. I mean, consistency is the key actually. I mean,
Exactly,
if even if you have taken a sabbatical and you are not being consistent in that period, I mean, that's not worth it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Really.
And now tell us about if somebody is, trying to make up their mind, preparing for CAT. So tell us about what are the study materials that you referred. And if
Mhm.
you took help from any coaching institutes, you can also feel free to take their names. And if you have any suggestion on picking a study materials for an aspirant, do share this with us as well.
So I didn't really take any coaching. I just took a few months subscription of an academy. Also, I took the study material of IMS through one of my friends. He was
Okay.
preparing for a CAT, but then he got into some other job, and I took his study material. So I was studying through the study material of IMS. I was studying through an academy. I was also studying through Arun Sharma books. So
Hmm.
these are all the materials that I referred to.
And see, after preparation, you have cleared your CAT exam, you got a good percentile over there. And all that depends is your interview. So
Yes.
tell us about how you prepared for this hurdle of interview. And you can feel free to share the your experience of IIM Jammu as well.
See, one thing that would really help is reading newspaper every day. And this is the one thing that I would recommend. Just do it for your entire life, not only during the interviews. It will also help in your, I would say, even during your curriculum in
Yeah.
IIMs. You will be able to connect the dots between the different case studies. You will be able to gauge like what exactly is happening out there in the world and what exactly they are teaching you.
Yeah.
So reading newspaper and being aware of the current affairs is something that I would definitely recommend. So the one thing that happened with me during the, I mean, it was quite unexpected during what I would say the IIM Jammu interview was all of the questions were related to my graduation degree. I was expecting that maybe it would revolve more around my work but it was entirely revolving around my graduation degree, and there were a lot of questions related to my B.Sc. But thankfully, I was able to answer all of them. So that is something that I would also suggest that brush through every element in your resume, be it your graduation degree, be it your work be it any single thing. Just go through all of them and try to answer them as honestly and with as much um, intelligence or integrity you can.
Yeah, actually. And I mean, that's the way of preparing for your interview. You have to be honest, put everything that you know in your resume, and create a backup for every single point that we have mentioned in there, and create the backup of the backup so that if they ask any question related to that, you can easily be able to explain it. Uh, and
Exactly.
now you got into IIM Jammu. Congratulations to you. And
Thank you.
tell us about your experience of IIM Jammu. and divided into two parts: the initial 3 months or one term, and the next two terms.
So the first term, it was in one word hectic to say the least. I was not used to this life because we were getting around 3 hours of sleep every day, and even during the weekends, it was not really a weekend because there was again one thing or the other,
Yeah,
and with all of the committee interviews and orientation and everything, it actually it's very stressful during the few initial days. But as time passes, you get to know that these things are also important in life because they teach you how to manage your time
yeah,
and how to work under pressure. So these things are really important and looking at a very bigger picture. So the first term would say I was just getting used to the environment here, just getting adjusted to the curriculum. And this second two terms, I think what I am today is because of these three terms combined. And I was really an introvert to say the least. So I didn't really like talking to people, and wasn't really that good at speaking, I would say.
yeah,
But MBA has really taught me how to speak in front of 90 people because you're always giving presentations, and we have like Howard style classes. So there are at least 90 people at once.
yeah,
So, and we have presentations in every subject and case presentations, project presentations. So, speaking in front of 90 people, that is something that you will learn a lot out of it.
yeah.
And now my belief is if I can do that, I can do anything in life. So, really has removed my fear of speaking.
Yeah. I mean, if you say that, I mean, I was the same case actually. Not so good with communicating with the stranger actually, and when it comes to talking with the group of people in the class, very much hesitant, and even I know the answer, I was like very much reluctant to answer that questions in front of all those people. But here, when you come to IIM, then you realize that uh, actually MBA teaches you to how to open up, because at the end of the
Exactly.
day you have to be extrovert. You have to be somebody who feels very much confidence to talk to other people, who feels like I'm very much comfortable to deliver any presentation. If I prepared the presentation in I prepared a presentation in the middle of the night, and I can go in the morning 9 o'clock class, and then I can present it. And approximately 100 to 100 presentation you have to do. So with that much rigorous training here, you are pretty much comfortable to talking with anyone. You can answer any cold call you get. So that's actually the beauty of IIMs. They prepare you for your corporate culture. So that's the very much important part, because there is no time limit, nothing. You have to be 24/7 available on your mobile phone. If there is any notification, you have to
Yeah,
answer it. So
exactly.
if you fail to answer it, there is a consequence for that failure. So
So even if you're an introvert, don't really take too much pressure of becoming an extrovert. Just know that you are going to be the business leader someday. So you need to know how to, connect with people and how to lead them.
yeah,
So don't take too much pressure. Just, I would say, just enjoy this life and yeah, just go for it.
yes. And now, tell us about you have, since you have prepared with the job and gone through in that process. So tell us about if you have some tips and tricks to share with other aspirant, or any advice to share with the aspirant as well.
So there are three sections, right? BARC,
Hmm.
DALR, and QM. So for BARC, I would suggest read novels because reading newspaper might get boring after a while,
Yeah.
and reading tons of articles might get boring after a while. But reading novel is something that will keep you hooked and will also develop a habit of reading,
Yes.
and that is something that will help you like in the future as well. Also, read newspaper every day, read an article every day. Just no matter what, just you need to develop this habit of reading because it's going to help you in DILR as well. There are pretty long sets, and you need to keep that focus to go through the entire set and to understand exactly what are they trying to say and not get distracted in between. Also for DILR, something that I would recommend is during your free time, it's not important to just solve DILR sets per se. You need to develop that habit of critical thinking.
Yeah.
So in between, if you get a free time between your breaks or anything, just try to solve a few puzzles, few Sudoku games, or whatever you can to develop that habit to develop that learning habit and make your brain think. And there was a friend of mine who always used to play chess. So he was a very big chess player, and he always had that critical thinking imbibed in him. So DLR was a very smooth sail for him. I don't think he like even tried. So it was pretty smooth sail for him because there is no as such theoretical learning. You just
Yes.
need to know how to connect the dots. Also, QM, as usual, the basic thing is practice. Do practice as much as you can. Practice. I mean, even if you have gone through one question, even if you've solved that question, go through it the next time again, and try to solve it in as much less time as you can. Because once you've solved, you've understood like how you can solve the question. The next time you could try to figure out how to solve it in a lesser time. So just try to solve as many as you can. Go through each question again and again, and yeah, time is the key. So that is, I think, and plus it's not that difficult. The paper is not that difficult. The key essence is the time. So just don't try to solve the entire paper. Just do whatever you. I mean, just be sure that whatever you're doing is correct.
Yes. Be
So
mindful of the time and yeah.
yeah, be mindful. I think that is the basic advice that I can give.
Okay. I mean, you have shared a lot of insights about CAT preparation, and with that, I would like to conclude this entire discussion, and I would like to thank you again, Isha, for joining us and sharing your wonderful experience with us.
Thank you for having me.
And if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop those questions in a comment. And if you like this video, share these videos to all your friends. And that's all from our side. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Jai Hind.